2 and 1. Woohoo! We are live. Happy Wednesday. I am here with Miss Brenda, and we are, as we do each Wednesday, going over this book, the Devotional Bible, with the commentary by Max Lucado. And today we are taking a look at chapter 11 in 2 Kings through chapter 12. And so you'll see here on the left and the right, the outer print, that's actually done by Max Lucado. That's his commentary. And you do the reading on your own of the chapter 11 and 12 in the Bible. And then we come together and we read over the commentary. And that's what Miss Brenda and I are doing today. Miss Miriam is out because she's going to the dentist doctor because she's got to get some work done herself. Okay, so we're on page 438 and 439. And we're going to be looking at the next part of Kings in Israel and Jerusalem. We're going to be talking again about Elijah. So, Miss Brenda, did you want to start with the situation? Are you all set with your...
Yes, so page 438, yes. Situation. Joash, under the guidance of the priest
Jehoad, I think.
purged the land of idolatry. When Joash collected money and ordered the priest to repair the temple, when they failed, he brought in other workmen to complete the task.
And the observation. So his observation is God uses people other than priests and pastors. Sometimes the most effective workers God uses are just ordinary people. And then the next piece is the inspiration. Brenda, if you want to start there, and we'll just go back and forth.
Yes. Recently, I read a sociological study that had great significance for those of us who are trying to respond to champions of the yuppies value system. In this particular study, over the age of 95 were asked one question: if you could live your life over again, what would you do differently?
These answers constantly reemerge and dominated the results of the study. Number 1, if I had to do over again, I would reflect more. Number 2, if I had to do it over again, I would risk more. And number 3, if I had it to do over again, I would do more things that would live on after I am dead.
I think that these elderly people have a good handle on what life is all about. I believe that their perspective gives better direction on how to live life with the joy and satisfaction that we can gain from listening to the new kids on the block. I am convinced that people who want to have fun in life would do well to consider the observation of those whom time has made wise.
Yeah, and so then the application, how do we apply this? Don't let your lack of theological training or position stop you from serving God in your work. Become an active participant in church. Talk about Christ with your neighbors, your coworkers, family members, and friends. Be a witness right where you are. And so the next thing we're going to do is take a look at what's your insight from looking at this. What comes to mind for you as you're thinking and speaking? Let's see. Welcome, Abraham. We are now reading over 2 Kings chapter 11 and 12, just the commentary by Max Lucado. And he's just talking about how a survey was done and the elderly folks who answered the question, they were talking about the things they would do. And so, even though they're wise and they've lived through their life, the commentary is listen to those who have lived. Listen to those who are saying, "Oh, I wish I would have done this. I really would have done that." And then step into it, right? Even though we are not the elderly ones and we don't have all that wisdom yet, we still have the wisdom that we have. And so the application is don't let what you have, the ability that you have out, like just drop it just because you're not as old or as wise or as whatever as other people, right? We look at the pastor and think, oh, the pastors, they're the ones who are supposed to spread the word. Or we look at people out who are witnessing and, oh, they're the ones who are witnessing. This is a reminder that we get to do that. When we're talking to our friends, when we're having a drink, we get to talk about God. Bring up that subject as quickly as you would bring up politics, or bring up that, maybe you wouldn't, but you could bring up that subject as quickly as you'd bring up your kids, but not in who's right and who's wrong, but in what's your relationship? How are things going for you? You know, how's your prayer life? How are you feeling in that regard? How do you feel spiritually? It's just being able to have these conversations to where it just feels natural because it's just who we are. It's something that's part of our life each and every day if we're applying it, like what he's saying here. Talk about Christ with your neighbors, your coworkers, your family members, your friends, being a witness right where you are. And so I cannot memorize Bible verses. I can't. I've tried, but I could look it up on my phone. I could go right to what I'm thinking about. I could search the words and right there where it is. I could search the Bible, the type of Bible, the New World Bible, or the King James version, or whatever. So being able to see that you are just as important, you are just as wise as who you think is the wisest who should be speaking. And that's what that speaks to me. And honestly, that's pretty big because I think I spent a good part of my life being the youngest. And so I always thought that, I wasn't as smart as, or I wasn't as wise as. And so now I don't even really think about that much. Although now, yes, I'm close to 50. But it could still come up if I let it. And so that's what comes up for me. What about you guys? What comes up for you as you're thinking about that? And Abraham, everybody gets an option to speak, so you do have the option to share as well. But it's okay if you don't. You can also write it into the chat and we can speak it for you.
Yes, for me, I agree with what you said because we have to live in the moment and we have that time now. So speak about it. Do not ever be ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So speak about it anytime you choose to, and that will be a witness to other people so that you can do that. But I really believe in speaking about it wherever I go, because it's just me. It's what I have to do. It's the life that I have. So that's what it means to me. Just don't worry about, live in the moment. Don't worry about what you didn't do, what you could have done, should have, would have, could have, whatever. You have the chance now.